This video might ruffle some feathers a bit because I'm going to say something that's going to sound completely insane. Being born rich might be one of the biggest disadvantages in life. Yeah, I know. You're probably thinking, dude, what are you talking about? They have money. They already won. That's what everyone thinks. But here's the part nobody tells you. A trust fund doesn't just give you money. It quietly takes away something way more valuable. Drive, identity, and the ability to actually build anything on your own. And once you understand this, you'll realize why so many people born rich end up lost, depressed, or quietly broke by their 40s. So let's break this down, because what looks like a cheat code might actually be a trap. Reason number 1, they never learn how to make money. Now here's the first problem. If money always shows up, you never learn how to create it. Think about it. If every time your bank account drops, someone wires you more money, why would you ever develop a real skill? Why would you learn sales, or investing, or how to actually solve problems in the real world? You wouldn't, because you don't have to, and that's dangerous. Because money isn't about having it, it's about knowing how to generate it. That's the real skill. A self-made person can lose everything and rebuild. A trust fund baby, if the money stops, they're stuck. No skills, no instincts, no understanding of how money actually works. It's like giving someone a fully stocked fridge for life, but they never learn how to cook. The moment the food runs out, they panic. And here's the scary part. This happens more often than you think. We've seen it with lottery winners. We've seen it with inherited wealth. People who receive money without learning how to earn it almost always lose it because they don't respect it, they don't understand it, and they definitely don't know how to multiply it. Now here's where it gets even worse, because not only do they not know how to make money, they also don't know who they are without it. Reason number 2, their identity is built on money. They didn't earn. This one hits deep. When you grow up with money, it becomes your identity, your lifestyle, your friend group, your status, like everything. But here's the problem. You didn't build it. So deep down, there's always this quiet voice saying, is this really mine? And that creates something most people don't talk about, insecurity. Because when your entire life is funded by someone else's success, you're not confident. You're dependent, and that messes with your head. Think about it like this. Imagine wearing a luxury watch, but you didn't buy it. At first it feels cool, but over time, you start wondering, do people respect me, or just what I have? And that question never really goes away. That's why a lot of trust fund kids either overcompensate or completely check out. They either flex hard to prove something, or they avoid responsibility altogether, because both are easier than facing the truth that they didn't earn it, and if they lost it, they wouldn't know how to get it back. But wait, let me pause real quick and say that if you're actually serious about building real wealth through digital products, AI, assets, and not just watching videos about it, join the Stealth Wealth Society right now. Once you become a member, you'll get complete access to the entire Stealth Wealth store and all of our other courses. So if you've been meaning to level up, this is your window now. The link's in the pinned comment and description below. But anyways, now let's take this one step further, because identity problems don't just stay internal. They start affecting relationships. And this next one, this is where things get really lonely. Reason number 3, they don't know who actually likes them. Let's be honest, money attracts people, but not always the right ones. When you're rich from birth, you grow up surrounded by people who benefit from your lifestyle. Friends who enjoy your house, your vacations, your connections. But here's the problem. How do you know who's real? You don't. Because you've never experienced life without money, so you have no baseline, no way to compare. And that creates a constant sense of doubt. Are they here for me, or what I have? And that question slowly eats at you, because real relationships are built on shared struggle, shared growth, shared effort. But when everything is handed to you, you skip that entire process. So your relationships feel surface level, transactional, replaceable. And over time, that gets lonely, really lonely. Because it's not about having people around you, and it's about knowing they'd still be there if everything disappeared. And most trust fund babies, they've never tested that. Now here's the twist. Even when they try to build something real, they run into another problem. Because when life has always been easy, struggle feels impossible to handle. Reason number 4, they have no tolerance for struggle. Keep in mind what I'm about to tell you, because this might be the biggest disadvantage of all. Trust fund babies have never struggled. And before you say, that's a good thing, no, it's not. Because struggle is what builds you. It teaches you resilience, problem solving, discipline. It forces you to grow. But when everything is smooth your entire life, you never develop that muscle. So the moment something goes wrong, you break. Not because you're weak, but because you've never been tested. It's like going to the gym. If you never lift anything heavy, you never get stronger. So when real weight hits, you can't handle it. And life will hit, eventually. Business fails, relationships end, markets crash. That's life. But if you've never built the ability to deal with adversity, every setback feels like the end of the world. And that's why a lot of people born rich struggle mentally more than you'd expect. Because they don't have the tools to navigate hard times. They were never forced to build them. Now here's where it flips completely. Because even when they try to fix all of this, they run into a problem that's almost impossible to escape. Because imagine trying to prove yourself when everyone already assumes you didn't earn anything. So let's pause for a second, because what we've covered so far already flips the script on everything people believe about being born rich. No skills, no identity, no real relationships, no resilience. And we're just getting started, because in the next part, we're getting into something even more brutal, why trust fund babies are constantly underestimated, and why that might actually be the hardest part of all. Reason number 5, nobody takes them seriously. All right, I gotta talk about something that doesn't get said out loud. When you're born rich, people assume you didn't earn anything, and that assumption, it follows you everywhere. You walk into a room, and before you even say a word, people already have a story about you. Must be nice, they had it easy. They don't know real life. And look, sometimes that's true. But here's the problem. Even when it's not true, it doesn't matter. Because perception becomes reality. So now imagine trying to build something. A business, a brand, a career, and nobody takes you seriously. Not because you're not capable, but because of where you came from. That's frustrating. Because now you're not just trying to succeed, you're trying to prove yourself. And that's a completely different game. It's like starting a race where everyone assumes you cheated to get there. So even if you win, people don't clap. They question it, and over time, that wears on you. Because humans crave respect, not just money. And when you can't earn that respect easily, you start to question your own value. Now here's where this gets even more dangerous, because some people respond to this in the worst possible way. Instead of proving themselves, they lean all the way into the stereotype. Reason number 6. They fall into the spoiled identity trap. Look, I'm just gonna say it. If everyone already thinks you're spoiled, some people just become it. Because it's easier. Think about it. If people already assume you're lazy, why fight it? Why go through the pain of building something when you can just enjoy what you have? So they lean in. They party more, spend more, care less, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, they're not just seen as spoiled. They actually are. And here's the crazy part. This isn't about personality, it's about environment. Because when there are no consequences, behavior doesn't correct itself. If you overspend, there's more money. If you fail, there's a safety net. If you quit, nothing really changes. So discipline never gets built, and without discipline, wealth doesn't last. That's why generational wealth often disappears by the 3rd generation. Not because the money wasn't enough, but because the habits weren't there. And once those habits are gone, the money follows. Now let's take this one level deeper, because even the ones who try to do better run into a different kind of trap. Because what if you actually want to work hard, but nothing feels worth it? Reason number 7, they lose motivation. Because nothing feels urgent. Now listen closely, because this one is subtle, but it's powerful. When you don't need money, you lose urgency, and urgency is what drives action. Think about the average person. They wake up early, work long hours, push through stress. Why? Because they have to. Bills, rent, survival. That pressure creates movement. But a trust fund baby? They don't have that pressure. So everything becomes optional. And when everything is optional, nothing gets done. Because motivation without necessity is weak. It fades. It disappears the moment things get uncomfortable. So now you've got someone with unlimited time, unlimited resources, unlimited opportunity, and they still don't move. Not because they're lazy, but because they've never had to act. It's like having a deadline with no consequences. You keep pushing it back forever. And over time, that lack of action turns into something worse, regret. Because deep down, they know they could be doing more, but they don't. And that gap between potential and action, that's where frustration lives. Now here's where things get really uncomfortable, because this next one hits at something most people never admit. Because what happens when you have everything and still feel empty? Reason number 8, they struggle with purpose and fulfillment. Let's be real. Most people chase money because they think it will make them happy. More freedom, more options, more control, and to an extent, that's true. But here's the problem with being born rich. You skip the chase. You already have the reward, without the journey. And that messes everything up. Because fulfillment doesn't come from having things. It comes from earning them, from building something, from progressing, from overcoming challenges. That's where meaning is created. But if you start at the finish line, what's left? There's no climb, no struggle, no story. So life starts to feel flat, repetitive, empty. And that's why you see a lot of people born into wealth, searching for something, jumping from one thing to another, trying to find purpose, because money alone doesn't give it to you. It never has, and it never will. Now here's the part nobody talks about. This emptiness can actually become addictive, because when you don't feel fulfilled, you start chasing stimulation instead. More experiences, more luxury, more distractions, but none of it sticks, because the real problem isn't external, it's internal. And until that's fixed, nothing feels enough. Now let's bring this full circle, because everything we've talked about leads to one final problem. And this is where everything can completely fall apart. Because if you don't learn how to build wealth, eventually you lose it. Reason number 9, they inherit money. But not the mindset. Here's the truth. Nobody wants to admit. Wealth is not money. Wealth is a way of thinking. And that's where most trust fund babies lose the game, because they inherit the money. But they don't inherit the mindset that created it. Let me explain. The person who built that wealth, they had to think differently. They understood risk. They understood patience. They understood how to delay gratification. They made hard decisions, sacrifices, calculated moves. That's how the money was created. But the next generation, they just receive the result, not the process. So now you've got someone holding wealth without understanding what it took to build it. That's like giving someone the answers to a test without teaching them the subject. Sure, they pass once, but when the next test comes, they fail. And money works the same way, because once you start making financial decisions, investments, spending, business moves, if you don't have the mindset behind it, you make emotional choices and emotional decisions. Destroy wealth. That's why you see it happen over and over again. Families build millions, and within 1 to 2 generations, it's gone. Not because they weren't smart, but because they weren't trained. And here's the key insight. Money doesn't stay with people who don't understand it. It moves fast. Now here's where everything connects. Because even if they realize this, there's one last obstacle that's incredibly hard to overcome. Because imagine trying to build your own success while living in someone else's shadow. Reason number 10, they live in the shadow of someone else's success. I gotta be honest, this one is heavy, because it's not about money anymore. It's about legacy. When you're born into wealth, that wealth usually came from someone, a parent, a grandparent, a founder, someone who built something big. And now, you're compared to them, constantly. Why aren't you doing more? Why didn't you build something like they did? You had every advantage. And that pressure, it's real. Because no matter what you do, it never feels like enough. You're not just trying to succeed. You're trying to live up to a standard you didn't create. And that's exhausting. Because deep down, you know the truth. You didn't start from zero. So your wins feel smaller, and your failures feel bigger. And that creates a weird mental trap. Some people stop trying completely because they feel like they can never measure up. Others overwork themselves, trying to prove they deserve what they have. But both come from the same place, comparison, and comparison kills progress. Now let's zoom out for a second. Because everything we just talked about leads to one simple conclusion. Being born rich doesn't make life easier. It just gives you a different set of problems. And honestly, some of them are harder because they're invisible. No one feels bad for you. No one understands your struggle. No one expects you to fail. But behind the scenes, there's confusion, pressure, lack of direction, and if you don't fix it, you lose everything anyway. So here's the real takeaway. The advantage isn't money, it's understanding money. And most people don't have that, rich or poor. So now the real question becomes, how do you avoid all of this, whether you're starting from zero or you eventually build wealth yourself? How do you not fall into these same traps? Now pay attention, because here's where we flip the script. Because everything you just learned, it applies to you, not just trust fund babies. Rule number 1, you don't rise to the level of your income, you fall to the level of your habits. If your habits are weak, more money won't fix your life. It'll expose it. Rule number 2, you need to learn how to make money before you focus on keeping it, because income is the engine. Without it, everything else collapses. Rule number 3, build identity through effort, not possessions, because what you earn builds confidence. What you're given builds dependency. Rule number 4, create pressure on purpose, even if you don't need to. Set deadlines, take risks, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because growth doesn't happen in comfort, ever. And finally, rule number 5, don't chase money. Chase skills, because skills pay forever. Money comes and goes. Now here's the part that really hits. Most people watching this think, if I just had more money, my life would be better. And yeah, it would help, but it wouldn't fix everything, because without discipline, you lose it. Without purpose, you waste it. Without knowledge, you destroy it. So the goal isn't to be born rich. The goal is to become the kind of person who can build wealth from nothing and keep it. That's real power. If this changed how you see money even a little bit, comment the words "real wealth" below. Because now you understand something most people never will. Money doesn't solve problems. It reveals them. And if you want to take this a step further, watch this next video right here. Because I break down why most people stay stuck financially, even when they're trying hard. And once you see that, everything clicks. We'll see you there.